Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. All right, guys, so let's actually go and have a look at silver and gold here. Really interesting stuff with silver and gold. Oh, right, we are breaking out. Right, so we're breaking out right now on silver and gold. I'm going to be looking at the other markets as well too, such as the GDX and GDXJ and all that sort of stuff. So really interesting stuff that's happening right now in these markets. So we're seeing that, firstly, I've been saying for the last couple of days that yes, it looks like we're getting some sort of a bear flag formation. Let me just zoom that over there a bit more. Right, yes, it looks like we're getting some sort of bear flag formation through here, right? Run down, but sideways. But I said that doesn't guarantee we're going to break to the downside, right? Depends on where it breaks. Then we're probably likely to start to see that move. Now, for the last couple of days, I've been saying if we do get a breakdown, it's probably going to be very, very short-lived. If we get a break up, then we're probably likely to start to see a lot more movement to the upside. So that's what we're seeing through there. And we also can see that we have this level all through here as well too. So we're probably likely to see a bit more follow through now. This is on gold here, probably up towards the top of this resistance level here. If it starts to break above that level there, then we're probably likely to race back up towards here around 1560 and then break up to an all-time high for this year in gold. And gold, once again, guys, this long-term weekly chart, once again, we've had this very big move up, this weak pullback. This overall big pullback through here on what's been happening right now is just, to me, is just what we call the calm before the storm. The calming effect, right, is just simply just watching this thing unfold. Very, very, very slow, weak movement on the downside. This is the calm. Now the storm is where the market, starts to have a move, right? So we see through here, this was the calming period, and then the storm happened. Okay. This is the calming period, so it'll be really interesting to see if the storm starts to happen again in the markets there. So that's what we're seeing right now in gold. We are seeing a bit of a stronger break up and instead of down. So it'll be really interesting to see if I bring up, say, 1 year worth of charts as well too. Yeah, we probably can see this thing starting to head up from there. If I go have a look at my silver chart, silver is doing the exact same sort of thing. Let me bring up, say, the last 3 months worth of data here. So same sort of thing, right? We had a move down and then a move sideways. And once again, I've been saying that just because this looks like some sort of a bear flag formation, right? Just because it looks like some sort of a bear flag formation does not mean that it's going to break to the downside. We don't know. So we're starting to get a bit of a break up and out through here. Not much of a big breakaway bar yet, but it is starting to. We're getting a bit of a rally here as the stock market's starting to do its thing, which is starting to pull back in the markets. So we need to get above this resistance line here on gold. Or should I say on silver? But if we start to get a break above that resistance level, then we're probably likely to start to see a move up back to the upside, and then ultimately probably head back up towards these highs up here, which is around that 1950 level there on silver there. So, but this weekly chart, once again, guys, this weekly chart is telling me that we're probably, this whole move we're getting right now on the daily chart is this bit of price, and it's a bit of time phase, bit of calming phase, bit of resting phase, before we see ultimately another move to the upside. That's what I truly believe. Even if we get a bit of a sell-off period through here somewhere on this weekly chart, ultimately I believe we'll start to see a move back to the upside. And if you've been watching my channel, guys, for the last few weeks or more, you'll know that, especially this week, right, I've been saying that by looking at this chart here. The daily chart, it's a very short-term basis. Weekly charts, I'm all over it from a bullish perspective there. So looking at the GLD here, right, looking at the GLD, we can see, right, how that we had this strong move up, and then we had this very, very, very move down through here. We're getting a little bit of a breakout. We're getting a bit of a volume spike where we are right now as well too. So a bit of a volume start to come back in here. So once again, if we start to break above this resistance level here, then we're probably likely to race back up towards that high, which is 146 level through there. The SLV, sort of the same thing once again, but really not much going on with the SLV. Now the silver price is actually looking a bit more stronger, a bit more bullish than the actual the SLV price, right? We've got this strong move down, and then we're getting a bit of a weak move up. If we have sort of this level through here, going on through there, that's what we need to break. If we start to break this resistance level through here, guys, we do have a lot of support and resistance going on through where that level is through there. So if we start to break up and out of this sort of triangle pattern through here, this is probably likely to be some sort of a false breakout. Then we're probably likely to race back up towards the highs up through here. So I'd say around at least $18 would be a nice even number through there. If I look at that weekly chart, you'll be able to see where that resistance level is there. And you can see that's probably that resistance level through there. So yeah, probably at least we start to break this level on a short-term basis, probably likely to run towards the highs up there. So so that's what I'm seeing through there right now. Also moving on through to, say, the GDX. All right, so we're looking at the GDX through here. What's actually going on right now with the GDX is really interesting, because we were in this sort of triangle pattern right now, right? You can see, let me do this. Look at this sort of wedging pattern, and now it's had a bit of a gap up and a little breakout. That tells me, especially where we are on this weekly chart, we had this bit of a pullback and now we're getting a bit of a gap up. That tells me we're probably likely to start to see a move up now in some of the gold stocks. We've had a very nice pullback for quite some time. All right, so we've had this very nice pullback. All right, so nice move up, very nice pullback through here. Now a little bit of a gap up, and now we're not really doing much through here. So so it's really interesting to see that that's what's going on right now with the GDX. A bit of a gap up, not a real strong breakaway bar yet, but by looking at this weekly chart, you can see how we've had this move up, a nice pullback, and now we're starting to break up out of this level through here. So I would say we're now probably likely to start to see a move up from there. Same with the GDXJ as well too. The GDXJ actually looks a lot nicer than a lot of things, right? Look at this here. We had all this support, and it could not break down. Then we found this resistance level here, resistance level through here, and now we actually had a bit of a gap up, which is probably like to be a bit of a breakaway gap, and the volume spike. That tells me we're probably likely to now start to see a move back up towards 43 and probably even break that as well. So the GDXJ is looking a lot more bullish because of this breakaway gap, and the volume is a lot stronger with that there. If I'm looking at the SIL, SIL is doing sort of the same thing, a little bit of a gap up. We're pretty much sideways through here. On that weekly chart, we're still around this resistance level through here. But on a weekly larger perspective, over the next few weeks, I believe we're likely to start to push up and out here, and possibly even head back up towards that 40 level. But that may take a month to happen. That may take 6 to 12 months to happen. We just don't know. So not straight up, guys, but overall through there. And then we're also looking at the SILJ as well too. So that's we're getting a little bit of a move to the upside. We're at this sort of, pretty much the SILJ is pretty much almost at its resistance level through here. So if I bring up this chart through here, we've had a low, we've had a high, we've had a higher low, and now we're starting to push up. So I would say we're now starting to we need to see a nice break above this resistance level through here on the SILJ for that to start to continue, for that to start to see a movement to the upside. So a lot of stuff is actually happening, guys. And guys, if you like this sort of chart reading stuff that I'm doing here, make sure you go to mastertraderlab.com, grab your free trial, and grab that discount price as well too after free trial. And go check that out. If you'd like to learn how I trade the markets, how I use scanning tools to find my trades, and then how I use options and how I only trade 1 hour per day, then jump on my next web class at johnslivetraining.com, and I'll show you everything that I do every single day. So that's what I'm seeing there right now, guys. Really interesting stuff I'm seeing there right now. I think, guys, at the end of the day, that we're starting to see this overall shift happening in the markets. And that is ultimately what we see long term. Long term in the markets, guys, is really simple. It's we can see how things are really probably likely to start to what will happen long term, which means over the next couple of years, we're probably likely to see the stock market start a bear market. We haven't started the bear market yet. We may be forming some form of a top here, right? To start a bear market, which takes time, right? Not just once a day. So just be patient. So ultimately, over the next couple of years, we can see how the stock market is probably likely to start to shift to the downside. The metals itself is probably likely to continue to be bullish like it has been for the last pretty much year. It's really interesting. We've seen metals and the stock market pretty much being bullish this year on an overall basis. So the metals is telling us to be a bit a warning about what's going on right now in the stock market. And then the actual stock market itself, we do know we're going to head into a recession soon. That maybe maybe next year, maybe 2022, or 2021. Right? We just don't know. But probably over the next couple of years, we're going to go into another recession, which is going to happen. And when that happens, that's going to be really, really, really bullish for gold, because they're probably going to slam the interest rates, probably even go to negative at that time as well too. And that's just going to make gold, especially gold is probably going to soar like there is no tomorrow. So on a long-term perspective, guys, we can definitely see that. We see this overall stock market continuing down. If I bring up my weekly charts through here, if I bring up, say, the monthly charts, right? Here's the monthly chart. Here's a long-term monthly charts of this here. So ultimately, long-term, guys, we're going to see probably a recession happening. Now, we may push on the short term, which means over the next couple of months, we may have another push to the upside, and that may happen from there. But we just got to keep an eye on what's happening right now. Right now, there's not much going on, but on the overall, say, over the next 5 years, what's likely to happen is the stock market's going to head into a recession. Silver and gold are going to go ballistic. Now, when that happens within that next 5 years, we don't know, right? It could be 2 years from now, and then all that stuff happens. It could be 1 year from now, and we start to see really big bullish moves out of gold and silver and the GDX and the GDXJ and all that sort of stuff. But on the flip side of what I just said there, that's already happening, right? We're already getting that move, right? If I look at the weekly chart, if I look at this weekly chart, right, we're maybe forming a bit of a topping action through here. But if I start to look at, say, like the gold and silver market, right, we've already started a very nice big bull market through here, a very nice big bull market. Look at gold, right, moving to the upside. It's showing its legs now. If we move to over silver market, right, look at this here, a very nice move up, very nice pullback, and a nice sideways movement. So that's actually what we're seeing there right now, in the markets here, and so. Long term, guys, right? This massive over the next 5 years. Once again, we're probably likely to start to see this market continuing down from here, and the stock market continuing down, gold and silver to go through a really, really, really big move, and especially like things like silver, right? When we look at silver's long term charts, like, man, this thing is look at all this room up through here that silver's probably likely to fill in over the next decade, basically, right? The next decade is going to be the lost decade, I believe. Only because of what's happening with the issue right now is the government debt and the government liabilities such as healthcare and pensions and that sort of stuff that slowly more and more is having a squeeze on the government, and that's going to start to slowly affect how much they can continue to print and all that sort of stuff. Now, with that being said, they're probably likely to continue dropping interest rates long term, so they can actually continue to print more without it being an effect on them as well too. They can't have interest rates too high, otherwise they won't be able to keep printing money. And that's where we're probably likely to head into a negative interest rate territory. So that long-term basis, guys, gold and silver are going to absolutely go nuts. Stock market's going to go into recession, and that's probably going to happen. That's probably going to happen all over the next 5 years time frame. And when you position yourself properly, guys, you can position yourself properly for that and not worry about the day-by-day activity. Then you could do really, really, really well out of those markets there. So that's what you want to be doing there, guys. But just at the end of the day, guys, just make sure that you are sticking to some form of trading setups or trading systems. And just make sure that, you know, when you are trading, that there's some consistency with that. And then also make sure that you're not risking a lot of money to try to make a lot of money through there. You know, if you're trying to load up massively on one position in the markets, then it's probably likely to be a losing trade, one, but you're probably likely to lose a lot of money really, really quickly. So always try to protect your downside. If you're trying to have a bit of a bet, like a bit of a gamble type thing, then just make sure you're risking real small. If you have a $10,000 trading account, then $100 or something like that. But what you want to be doing, you know, pretty much all the time, guys, is to focus your energy on those things that do really, really well with your trading there. And then when things are not working, get out, cut your losses, clear your mind, and then continue moving forward from there. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Adamaking? No, Adamaking, no. No, I would not, because the scanning tool, for me, scanning the markets and scanning for trades, is just that. It's just the scanning tool. You need to know the strategy inside and out. All right. You need to know how to read what constitutes a good trade on the daily charts. You know, what we're looking for on the weekly charts as well too, right? You need to know the full strategy in itself, what to look for in a good trade, then the scanner can help you. So the scanner is not going to help you do well out of the markets. It's going to assist you in finding really good trades. So like when you see my web class at johnslivetrading.com, you'll see my trading strategy, right? But then you also see the scanner process and I've developed that over time to help me, you know, instead of me spending hours and hours and hours in front of the screen going through stocks, my scanner looks at 2,000-3,000 stocks and then just drills down into the potentials. And then it's my job to go through the potentials each day to see if there's any trades that are exactly what I'm looking for or not. So I did that today, and guess what? There was absolutely no trades. That's okay. There were probably about 6 or 7 potentials there that looked really good, but I went through them. I went through my complete checklist before I placed a trade, and none of them met my rules. So guess what? I didn't place any trades today, and that's okay as well too. I wait for, and then tomorrow I'll come back, and guess what? Maybe tomorrow there's a good trade. If there's not a good trade tomorrow, then I don't trade. And then the next day, oh, beautiful. Maybe 2 days from now, then that's when I have a really good trade. So that's what's happening right now, guys, and that's what I'm seeing there right now in the markets there. So, guys, if you have anything that you want me to look at, then just let me know. Once again, guys, go down to mastertraderlab.com to grab your free trial and the price discount to that. Because the free trial and the discount is going away real soon. So go do that right now. mastertraderlab.com. And also join me on my next web class, johnslivetraining.com. Before you go, I am giving away a free trial to the Master Trader Lab with all the different trading courses you can see on the screen right now. So go to mastertraderlab.com right now. I'm running a special over the next few days. So go to mastertraderlab.com to get a free trial to all the different trading courses you can see on the screen right now. So go to mastertraderlab.com.